This is Francisco Coronado, and in this video I'll be talking about arrays. The code I have written here will be using a one-dimensional array of pixel objects so that I can rotate every third pixel of the bottom half of a picture by 180 degrees. So the first thing that's going to happen in my code is I'm going to get my picture, and the way I do that is by declaring this variable pic of the type picture, and pic will reference that new picture object, which will be a copy of this picture pic.png. And then next I'm going to use the explore method on my pic on pic so that I can see the picture before anything is changed. And then next I'm going to turn that two-dimensional picture into a one-dimensional array of pixel objects, and I do that by using a pixel array, and these two brackets here symbolize that I will be using an array, and the type of this array is a pixel of the type pixel. So this will hold pixel objects, and the name of that pixel array will be pixel array, and that would be a reference to the one-dimensional array of pixel objects that I get from my picture by using the getPixels method on pic. So it's pretty much just gonna unstack all of those pixels that are in rows and place them at the end of the preceding one. So the second row of pixels will be added to the end of the first row of pixels, and then the third one will be added to the end of the second row of pixels, and so forth. So it's going to be a long array of pixel objects. And next I'm going to declare some variables that I will be using. So the first one is length, that's of the type int, and it will be the length of my pixel array, and I get that by doing pixel array.length. So it gives me the length of in number of pixels, and then I will be using this variable p, which is of the type pixel, and I set it to null right now because I'm not referencing anything with it. And then next I'm going to print the RGB values in the first and last pixel before the loop. And the way I access the RGB values in the first pixel is by doing pixel array at 0. So 0 is the first index, and this allows me to access the first element in the pixel array, and it'll give me back those RGB values. And then I will also print the RGB values in the last pixel in my array, and to access the last pixel I gotta use length -1 because the length is measured in number of pixels, but the array indices start at 0, and so I gotta subtract 1 from my length. And next I'm going to be using a loop. So this is going to set the color of every third pixel on the first half of the array to the color of every third pixel at the opposing end, starting at the last pixel. The index will increment by 3 after each execution of the body. So in the body of my for loop, I'm first going to get the current pixel, and I do that by accessing the pixel array at the current index, and then I will be referencing that current pixel with p. And so if my index is 0, p will reference that first pixel. And then next I'm going to set the color of that current pixel to the color at the end. And the way that I do that is by using the setColor method. And inside these parentheses, I'm going to set the color to the color of the last pixel. And first I have to specify the location that I'm going to get that from, and that's going to be at pixel array at length -1 minus index. So when index is 0, it's going to access the last pixel, and then onto every third pixel before that. And the getColor method will return the color at those pixels, and then p.setColor will set the color to that pixel at that opposing end. So once my loop finishes, I'm just going to check the RGB values again to make sure that everything worked the way that I wanted to. And so the result that I want is that the first pixel has the same RGB values as the last one. Afterwards, I'm just going to explore my pic object again, and so that I can see the new picture that was made. Just gonna click compile and then run it. So those are my two pictures side by side. This is the before and this is the after. As you can see, there's some rotation. Let's look at the first location. So we can see that at x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0, the values are different. And on the pixel to the right, we should see that the values are equal still because those were unchanged. And they are. And then now to look at my check. So the first pixel is now equal to the last pixel, and we can see that here that before there was any changes, the RGB values were 0, 73, and 118, and then they got changed to 17, 17, 25, which are the same as the RGB values in the last pixel. So that concludes my video, and thanks for watching.